So the overtopping is a direct response to the 2017 floods and how it affected the town of Lismore and its people. It's a live arts, multi-arts performance that is roving through the bowels of the CBD, through the alleyways of the CBD, and it's told through the eyes of over 50 creatives who are both emerging and professional and who themselves have been directly affected by the floods. So Arts Recovery Community Hub was the actual seed. It was the seed for the overtopping. So Arch was a collective of artists under Real Artworks, and we found an empty shop space in town, a very small space, but it was enough to get things started. And we opened up free community workshops, creative workshops. And we've had a number of artists who have heard people's stories and have gone away and thought about what is the best way that I can bring that story to life using my art form.
The other floods have been fun. This was not a fun flood. It was really shocking. So that's part of the process, is realising that I still am a bit in trauma from it. For me, the feeling of the flood, if I, as an artist, what I felt is it's this thing of, you are really constantly swimming and then going underwater, swimming, then going underwater. So I think with any trauma, that if you retell your story or express it, it's a way of revisiting it and processing it.
So the overtopping is a creative investigation basically into trauma and recovery. So the first stage is Gilbert Laurie, an Indigenous elder.
Don't remember what Lismore is, swampland. So when we get rain, we get flood. I got to start running away before this flood comes. So, goodbye.
The audience will move through split clear curtains, and as they're moving through, there's a live soundscape of rain which intensifies in thunder. And what we're doing is building up the anxiety that people would have felt as the floods were coming to town. So the next movement is quite interesting, because we come to a river of bathtubs, and puppeteers and performance artists are starting to tell the stories of Bill and Andrew. Then these two real stories of people who experienced the floods.
When Andrew woke up that morning, he knew something wasn't right.
One of the stories is of Andrew, who's part of the deaf community, and at that time when a lot of the warnings were coming out about the upcoming floods and what was going to happen to the CBD, there wasn't anything to cater for that deaf community, and poor Andrew found himself stuck on Ballina Bridge for 7 hours as that water rose.
Yeah, he couldn't hear a sound when the waters flooded the town. No, he couldn't hear a sound. Yeah, he couldn't hear a sound.
As I threw the confetti and then I came down from up on the platform where I've been performing, so many people approached me and they told me that it brought out a whole range of emotions, some tears and all sorts of great emotions, and I felt really good to know that, and it helped people to move forward after the flood, I think, as well.
So my role was to get members of the community together to express their experience of the flood through puppetry. And kind of distorting the reality of it, so it's not quite so raw, and being able to get something for each individual, to get something from the inside out in a creative way. It's about a particular traumatic event. Because it's done creatively, there's another way of expressing it.
Having a barbecue, having a barbecue.
Move movement for is quite exciting because it's all about the cleanup and it's about the Lismore Helping Hands and it's about the piles of rubbish and the barbecues that were stuck in trees and there's a lot of puppetry, a lot of movement involved in that and a lot of live music.
Yeah, you could just feel and you could hear the audience as well. Yeah, the barbecues, rubbish piles. Yep, seen it, lived it. That actually might even be my barbecue. Do you know what I mean?
And the arts is so important. The arts is so important because anyone can be creative. Engaging with the creativity actually makes you a happier person. And at this stage of the game where we are still in recovery, arts is something that can bring people together. It allows us to communicate. It transcends age and gender and social wealth.
I've never seen Lismore, the community, be as connected as it has been after this particular flood.
The last section is where the choir, dressed in white, take us to the recovery. Arts is real. Arts is real and it's here to stay and we might as well use it because the effects on the community and what I've seen here is that it's had a fantastic and beneficial effect.